The parking lot was silent, broken only by the soft ticking of cooling motorcycle engines. Then, "Please, please hide me." The voice was fragile, trembling, and yet sharp enough to slice through the dark. 12 men turned their heads at once. Under the dim glow of the last working streetlight stood a boy, barefoot, 7, maybe 8. His arms were wrapped around a Spider-Man backpack so worn it looked like it had been dragged through battlefields. Tank, leader of the Iron Wolves, froze. He had seen blood on desert sand, broken bones in prison yards, bodies pulled from wrecks on highways. Nothing rattled him, but this child did. He stepped forward slowly, lowering his voice. "How'd you find us, kid?" The boy lifted his chin, though his knees shook. "My brother," he told me, "if something bad happened, really bad, I should look for the men on the big bikes." He said, "You fight real monsters." The weight of that answer sank into every man standing there. "What's your name?" Chains, Tank's second, asked gently, "Tiago." "Tiago Williams. My brother's name was Andre." Was. The word landed like a hammer blow. Tiago hugged the backpack tighter, as if it were a shield. "I can't go back home. Not after what happened to Andre." Tank knelt so their eyes were level. "What happened, son?" Tiago's small fingers fumbled with the zipper. His hands trembled so badly Chains had to help him. Out spilled the contents. An old phone with a cracked screen, a notebook smeared with stains that looked like dried blood, 3 flash drives with hand-labeled stickers, and, finally, a cheap digital camera. Taped to it was a note written in a shaky teenage hand. "If anything happens to me, give this to the police." Tank pressed play. The images came alive, one after another. Andre's swollen black eye, welted skin striped by belt marks, burns seared into an arm no older than 14. Then more. Dozens. Hundreds. Each photograph was a scream frozen in silence. Even the bikers, men who'd broken bones and spilled blood, looked away. "My brother said no one believes kids," Tiago whispered, his voice breaking but steady. "So he kept proof. He told me to keep it safe." Tank's chest tightened. He wanted to tell the boy it was over, that he was safe now. But then Tiago's voice cracked open the truth. 3 weeks ago, Kevin pushed him down the stairs. Mom saw it. She didn't stop him. She just cried and didn't call fast enough. Andre didn't wake up. He's in heaven now. The silence that followed was unbearable. Before anyone could speak, headlights carved into the night. 2 cars screeched to a stop. A woman stumbled out of the first. Tiago's mother, her beauty drowned years ago in alcohol and regret. From the second car stepped Kevin Hartman, tall, broad, and dangerous. His hand hovered near the gun under his shirt. "Tiago!" Vanessa's voice slurred, desperate, sharp. "Come here, now." Kevin's tone was colder, lethal. "That boy has what belongs to me. Hand him over." Tiago's entire body shook, but he didn't run. He clung to Tank's jacket like it was a lifeline. "Don't let them take me. Please, they'll erase everything." Just like they erased Andre. Kevin's smirk barely masked his threat. "You don't know who you're messing with. Judges, sheriffs, prosecutors, they're all mine. That kid comes with me tonight, or you'll all be buried under charges by morning." Tank's jaw flexed, but his voice was steady steel. "The boy stays." The bikers spread out, 12 shadows rising like walls around the boy. Tiago, tiny but unshaken, raised his voice for the first time. "You killed Andre, I saw it. And now you want me dead too. But you can't hide it anymore. Andre recorded everything. He said people like you always talk too much." He pulled out the cracked phone, tapping through files with the focus of someone twice his age. "There are 47 hours of recordings. Every time Kevin hit us. Every deal. Every time he talked about the children." Kevin's bravado faltered. He's lying. Tiago's small voice rose like a blade. No, Andre taught me. He hid apps that recorded whenever you said words like business, delivery, child. He wrote it all down. Names, license plates, dates. He held up the blood-stained notebook. 7 kids. All missing. He was going to give it to Officer Rodriguez, but Kevin killed him first. The night cracked open. Even Vanessa swayed, pale, whispering, "Kevin, you said it was just gambling." "Shut up," Kevin barked, his mask shattering. "You knew. You saw the children. It was an admission, a confession, in front of 12 witnesses." The next moments blurred into chaos. Kevin pulled the gun. Tank lunged. The shot rang out. Wood splintered overhead. Chains and Doc were on him in seconds, dragging him to the ground, the gun ripped away. Tiago buried his face in Tank's jacket, sobbing, shaking, but alive. Sirens wailed. This time, not corrupt cops, but FBI. Out of the SUV stepped Special Agent Rodriguez. Burn scars down her neck, eyes burning with purpose. "You must be Tiago," she said, kneeling before the boy. "Andre tried to meet me. He called 3 days before he died. He said he had evidence." Tiago placed the backpack in her hands. "Now you have it. All of it." And with that, the dam broke. Within days, Andre's recordings ripped through the city like wildfire. Judges, prosecutors, police captains, all unmasked as part of a trafficking ring that had operated for years. Federal indictments rolled out like dominoes falling. Kevin received 127 years. Vanessa 15. The 7 missing children were found. But Andre had left one more truth. Inside the final flash drive was a birth certificate and DNA report. Andre and Tiago were heirs, children of Jonathan Williams, a businessman who had died in a suspicious car crash. His fortune, $2.3 million, had been stolen by Vanessa and Kevin. They hadn't just stolen their childhood. They'd stolen their future. Months later, Tiago lived with Tank and the wolves while adoption paperwork wound through the courts. His inheritance, recovered, built Andre's house, a community center where children learned computers, safety, and how to protect themselves the way Andre had taught him. On the anniversary of his brother's death, Tiago stood on a stage, his Spider-Man backpack hanging from one shoulder. Cameras flashed. His voice, small but unshakable, carried across the hall. "My brother taught me that small people can do big things. He said the truth is the most powerful weapon against monsters. He saved me. And now I want to save others." Tank watched from the front row, his arms crossed, his eyes uncharacteristically wet. Andre had been 14 when he exposed monsters. Tiago was 7 when he refused to be their next victim. Together, they dismantled an empire of evil and proved that even the smallest voices can echo louder than corruption itself.